Welcome. Now, wait a minute.
Welcome.
Before you do anything else, make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe on whatever platform you're watching this video on. Remember that. Now, to the video, another trade. We got the Atlanta Hawks are trading forward DeAndre Hunter to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Karis LeVert, George Niang, and 3 second-round picks. Oh, and 2 swaps.
Lord. Wow.
Yep, that boy got traded, and that's the Cavs are looking nice. They uh
Wow.
they really needed a nice little forward to slide in there, and I think they're doing great. I
That's not
think
too much.
Hunter's too much.
Oh, three second round picks and then two pick swaps.
It says 2 swaps. Now here's my question, right?
Yeah.
When they say 2 swaps, is that 2 first round swaps or 2 second round pick swaps? Because
That's a good.
Shams, I don't see here where Shams specified that.
Okay. That's a good point.
Um, if it's two, if it's 3 seconds and 2 second round pick swaps, they did great. All they traded away were second round picks. Most second
Right.
rounders, most teams don't even use their second rounders.
Good point.
And then Karis LeVert and George Niang, I think it cancels out by Garen Hunter. It's okay.
Okay.
Now if
Where
it's
do
if the swaps are first, then now that's kind of a little too much, a little too much.
right.
But
What are your thoughts? What are you thinking?
I like it. Like I said, they needed that forward. They needed that forward, and they got it.
Yeah.
And they got better while being as good as they are. I think they're the first seed currently.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, so the fact that they got better while being the first seed, taking that risk. Not a lot of teams who are number one take such big risks to, change their
Right.
team. So I think they did great. They improved.
Yeah, I think they was doing like I mean it's kinda off the but like they were I think Jeff Teague, the Club 520, they was doing like coach of the year. I mean, Kenny Atkinson, like you said, number one team in the East right now, like they're cooking, you know.
Yeah.
He could be a potential coach of the year. I mean, I think it's probably gonna be a battle with Ime Udoka just because how I guess from the outside, like maybe you're not expecting the Rockets to be a top three team in the West, right? Like as young as they are. Um, but yeah, I like the trade. I agree. I like the trade. I'm curious to see. I want to see him and Okoro on the court together. I think they'll be a defensive nightmare. If there's a way they could like play, I don't know. Yeah, and I don't even know how you would do that because I would just love to see Okoro, Hunter, and then Mobley and Allen. Maybe you don't need Allen. Maybe just Mobley, and then you still have Donovan Mitchell, and Darius Garland. Like I just you would love to see them in the front court together. Like I feel like that would just be unstoppable. And then maybe even throw in Jared Allen too if you want to bench, if you want to give like Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland some rest, right? But yeah, I mean, he definitely gives them some flexibility for sure. And, he was showing this year that he could score the ball, right? Like he was averaging like 18, 19 points a game, right? Coming off the bench. Probably, I mean, I haven't seen the rankings, but I'm sure he's in the running for 6 man of the year. So I think yeah, they Cavs definitely got better. Sure. And Karis LeVert, he's a what do you call it? A scoring machine. Just say, he can put the ball in the basket, right? So gives Atlanta some, offensive punching power. I don't know. I guess he doesn't start. I don't think he starts. Well, maybe he would start, since Jalen Johnson's hurt. So maybe he does start next to Dyson Daniels and Trae Young. But yeah, I mean, I think they got some pieces. Cleveland definitely got better. And Levert's solid. Niang stretch the floor. So I think he'll definitely benefit off playing with a pass first point guard like Trae Young. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, Cleveland definitely got better for sure.
Yeah, so while Cleveland got better, I'm interested to understand what the Hawks are thinking.
Okay.
Um, in terms of not just this trade. So in this trade, Hunter got traded for Karis LeVert and George Niang. But then another trade following that one, they got ended up getting Terrence Mann and Bones Highland um,
Right,
for Bogdan Bogdanovic.
right,
And right now they are the ninth seed.
right.
So now, being the general manager of this team, I kind of wonder what's going on in his head and what does he want to do? Like, do you want to? Are you just trying to make it to the playoffs and being like, that lower tier team,
Hmm.
or because that's what the trades look like? But going that way, you're gonna upset Trey Young because I think Trey Young wants to win, and
Hmm.
I don't think he wants to win in terms of being just in the playoffs. I think he wants to be in a place where he feels like he could win a championship. And I don't feel like that's where the Hawks are going. So they're in this middle place where they're like, you got your star already.
Hmm.
You just got the first high pick,
Hmm.
but the moves you're making are kind of like for you to stay in that middle mediocre ground.
Yeah, I just you know how I feel about these lineups. Like the whole DeJounte Murray, that trade, it was just always questionable to me. Just because um you have you have two true point guards in the same backcourt. And that may have like wasted some time, I think, you know what I mean? Because they were together for I don't want to say wrong thing. What was he there for more than one season? He was, right? Two
He was
seasons?
there, I think so. Yeah,
Like two or three seasons. So
yeah.
it's like I feel like that was kind of a waste just because I mean you have 2 point guards. I think maybe they could have I wish they could have found a better piece to actually genuinely pair with Trey Young. Um, Jalen Johnson, he's been playing great. So he is that piece. He is that piece pretty much, right? So he's definitely a building block. But injuries, right? They suck, right? So, he's out for the season. But yeah, I mean, you bring up a good point. I mean, but like what more could they like is there a certain player you think they should have went after to kind of like keep that relationship on the up and up? Like who are you looking at? Or just what are you thinking? Like what
You know
position?
what? While all these trades were happening, I did see that the teams that were neck and neck for Brandon Ingram were the Raptors and the Hawks. And I don't
Okay.
think the Raptors gave up too much for Brandon Ingram, so
Yeah.
I feel like the Hawks
Okay.
could have gotten him.
Brandon Ingram and Trey Young and Jalen Johnson. Yeah, that could that could work. I don't know. What do you think they need more though? Do you think they need like a legit center? Like, do you think like what position are they missing? Or they need a wing, like another scoring wing to pair with Jalen Johnson, or like
Oh,
what
I
are they
feel like they
missing?
they need a lot. They need
They
a
do a
lot.
lot
You need a really good mobile center. You really need
mobility.
somebody who could hide Trey Young's defense.
Okay,
Um,
you got
you kind of
Dyson
need that,
Daniels. Yep.
that second star. It's really
Okay.
what you need, that second star next to Trey Young.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's playing probably some of the best basketball of his career this year, even with the team that he has, right? So I think I like that.
Imagine how
It,
good they would be if he had a second option.
yeah. That's not a point guard though. He don't need another point guard.
Yeah,
I just hopefully whoever they trade for, if they do, like hopefully it's not another point guard. But I mean I like it though. I mean I think it's yeah, it should be solid. But yeah, to speak on the trade that you mentioned with the Clippers and the Hawks, Bones Highland definitely gives them some. Hopefully, he gets some minutes. I would love to see him get like more consistent minutes with the Hawks. That should be open, right? I don't know. I'm off the top of my head. I don't know like if there's a backup that's directly competing with Trey. Like,
yeah.
so I mean, there's definitely opportunity there, right? Um, and then it was Bones and Terrence Mann
Terrence Mann.
perfect too. Some wing defense, some wing defender. Just kind of a hustle guy who I probably stretch the floor. I'm curious to see what he's shooting this year, from the three. But I think yeah, him and Bones, I think they definitely bolster that team offensively. Yeah, I mean he's shooting 34%. It's not terrible, but I mean it's not like bad, but it's solid. 34% is good. So no potential shooter to add into that lineup. You still got Karis LeVert. I mean, I think he definitely does have some help. Harrison Burke could definitely be that offensive help from the wing, right? Along with, and then you still have Dyson Daniels. You still have those guys. So I mean, they're not terrible. I think. I don't know. I think they're solid. I love Bogdanovich to the Clippers. It seems like they're committed to offense. The Clippers, just
Yeah.
from the outside looking in, like they're gonna score points. I think Norman Powell, he's played tremendously this year, right? Alongside especially with Kawhi being out, right? In and out of the lineup. So, you get some more offense with Bogdanovich. I think he's gonna play. He's gonna feast, especially with James Harden running the point. I think he's gonna feast, and I mean they're gonna be good. I like the trades this year. It's nothing. I think it's been nothing too like why like too just like whoa. Hold up, what your face? Am I missing?
The
What am
Luca
I thinking?
AD, the Luca AD one was a whoa.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know though. You hear about the conspiracy with that?
The
Well,
NBA
I don't know.
ratings are down. Move Luca to the Lakers.
Move Lucas to the Lakers, but then the owners something like with the owners trying to build a casino. I heard like it's the theory I heard was like owners trying to build a casino. The owners own a chain of casinos. So Dallas hasn't been. I think either Dallas or the state of Texas, doesn't allow gambling. So they've been trying to change the legislation to get their casino. So I guess they're trying to like bully their way into getting the casino. So they I guess the plan is to by 2027, I think they get another chance to meet with the legislators, of Dallas. And if they don't if they don't get what they want, they're probably gonna threaten to move the team to Vegas, so they can have their casino in Vegas. And like I
Bro,
was
how
talking
did
with
we get here from the Hawks? This is a Hawks video.
he said what?
We're doing a Hawks video. We're talking about casino.
You bought up Luca. You bought up the Luca trade.
Stay tuned for the next video.
All right.